Good evening, ladies as well as gentlemen. Papa Boris here, and I'm super excited to do another Hearthstone Arena. My last run with the Warrior went to 9 wins. I only lost one game, and that was against another Warrior. Now, I do want to try Druids, because they were nerfed, but not in any substantive way, and I think they're a strong class. I also want to try Shamans, just to see how hard it is now that the Healing Totem has been nerfed. But not at the expense of playing with a Warrior, because oh my god, Warriors are so good. I just want to play Warrior all day. Let's do it. Turn the volume down a little bit here. Alright, there we go. Okay, so our first pack is a rare. I seem to have a lot of packs. We're going to start with mediocre rares here. So the Auctioneer is a pretty strong card. I think he's better enough than the Pyromancer that even though I normally would prefer to take the more aggressive play, we'll grab the Auctioneer here. Alright, there's the Battle Rage. Always make sure you have at least one of these. I think having two, I don't know if having two is good. Having three is probably a mistake, but over these sort of average cards, the Battle Rage is definitely the clear winner. Yeah, kind of a weak pack here. We'll take the Wolf Rider. I think he's the least bad of these cards. Okay, so let's talk a little bit of strategy. The Bloodsail Raider may be tempting, because you're a warrior and you can probably expect to get some weapons. But now that warriors are buffed and lots of people are playing warriors, I think it's even more important than ever to have these oozes. It's just so game-changing to be able to kill off your opponent's weapon. So I'm going to be taking pretty much every ooze I see unless there's a really compelling reason not to, and we're going to do so here. Okay, these are all solid cards. Card draw is nice, silence is nice. I'm going to try this though. Rampage has been really good every single time it's been played against me, so I'm going to go ahead and give it a shot. Alright, it's between the Inner Rage or the Raid Leader. Well, the Raid Leader is pretty strong, but I want to try Inner Rage out. It seems like a pretty strong card in the abstract. You know, it's a 0 mana, kill a 1 toughness creature in the worst case. And in the best case, it can be a really effective combat trick. So, let's give it a shot. Let's learn the full extent of the Warrior repertoire. Alright, is either of these 5s drops worth taking over a Slam? Probably not. Removal is pretty good, so let's go ahead and grab it. And, oh, this is tough. I do want to have a Whirlwind in my deck so that I can combo it with Battle Rage. But Raging Worgen is incredibly strong, especially with Inner Rage. So I'm going to gamble. I'm going to pick up another Whirlwind later. Make sure we have this quality 3-drop in the deck. I could definitely regret that later on. Scary passing up on a Silence, but this guy is so strong. I have a feeling it's going to get buffed later. I just can't imagine not taking it there. So Commanding Shout was buffed. It now is 2 mana rather than 1. Same effect, but you now draw a card. I still don't like it though. It's too useless in too many cases. I guess granted you can cycle it in the worst case scenario, but I think it's not as good as just a plain old removal card. Alright, another strategy point here. These are pretty bad cards, so the Harvest Golem is an easy pick regardless, but I'm valuing these now higher than ever because, again, lots of warriors in the arena, lots of fiery axes on turn 2, and Harvest Golem is just the perfect answer to a fiery war axe because it'll trade with a fiery war axe all by itself, kind of like a slow ooze. The warrior has to kill it, and then he has to kill the other thing that spawns after it. So Harvest Golems are also really skyrocketing for me. Okay. Oh my god, this is a hard pick. So all these are cards I want in my deck. The Warsong Commander just wins games. Execute I want one of in here. But I can't pass on a Fiery War Axe. I really do think the Fiery War Axe is just that good. Alright, these are mediocre cards, so we'll take the Direwolf Alpha. I think that's a quality 2-drop. This is one of the best 2-drops in the game. We'll take it, for sure. Another Fiery War Axe. Am I being greedy here? Nah, let's take it. So I need late game here. Tough call here between the Reaper and the Cleave. Cleave was extremely good for me in my last draft, and again, so is the Arcanite Reaper. Let's make sure I have the removal against early aggressive starts. So we're going to go ahead and grab the Cleave, much as it hurts to pass on the weapon. So here we're getting another 2-drop, which is a shame because I don't want any more of them. The Bloodsail Raider is a pretty big dude, but I think I want to have at least one Silence in my deck if I can, so we'll do that here. Okay, this draft is starting to get really screwed up. I'm more than halfway through and I still don't have any late game. This is not really the late game card I want, so we're going to go grab the Cult Master here for some card draw and hope for some late game packs later. Alright, we are overloaded on 2-drops, so we'll take the 3-drop even though it is a little bit mediocre. And here, oh man, this is more removal, which is nice and all, but I think I need good stuff. So we'll take the Faceless Manipulator that has the opportunity to be big. What I really would have wanted was some kind of a giant. Okay, so I'm going to just take this. This is the biggest of these creatures, and it has a really good comes into play effect. I need late game. Oh, this is terrible. So these were bad cards. The Dalaran Mage would be fine as a 2-4, but since it was nerfed mysteriously for seemingly no reason down to a 1-4, it's a little sad. Granted, it works really nicely with Cleave and with Inner Rage. I'm really sad now that I have this Worgen instead of the Whirlwind, but we're gonna go ahead and grab this thing. Okay, luckily for me, I get to pick up a Warsong Commander. I passed one earlier to take a Fiery War Axe. I still get to take one here. And this guy was extremely good for me. Now that he was buffed up from a 1-2 to a 2-2, this is an extremely solid card. I'm going to take it. Alright, we need... Oh, no! Okay, so we need late game very badly. So this Ogre is exactly what we need. But Whirlwind! Ugh, it turns on my Worgen. It combos with Battle Rage. It combos with Rampage. Shoot. Alright, I really want to have a Whirlwind in my deck. There's only one Whirlwind in the game, but there's a number of big creatures. So as much as it hurts to pass on this Ogre, I'm going to take the Whirlwind here. Alright, I don't want 2 Rampages. I think that's a little too much. We'll take the Novice Engineer, although I hate that I got a 2-drop here. I really hope some of my last cards are big. Okay, so these are all solid cards. Defender of Argus is a very, very strong card. Normally it would be a no-brainer here, but I kind of want a little bit more late-game presence. So the Kodo might have to be what I take, just for late-game stuff. Although, I mean, I have lots of stuff to Defender up. And he has a buff. I like to have some buffs in my deck, and I currently don't have any except for the Rampage. Yeah, I'll take the Defender of Argus. Please let me have a big card. Oh no, this is not looking good. So we're taking a second Cleave. That's not super great. Oh, thank Christ. Okay, we got one big card here, Stormwind Champion, and another big card, Ravenholdt Assassin. Zero Drake is tempting. The spell power does work nicely with my 2 Cleaves, my Whirlwind, and my Inner Rage. So how big of a difference does it make? Well, I've got currently this, which isn't that huge. I think I need huge stuff. As much as I hate to pass on the spell power and the card draw, I need something big. So we got the Stormwind Champion and the Ravenholdt Assassin. That's pretty much our only like major late game cards. There's the Frost Elemental, and that's about it. So I passed on an Ogre to take a Whirlwind. We'll have to keep an eye on this draft on whether that was a correct play or not, because I have a feeling that's going to be one of the most significant decisions of this draft. Is taking that Whirlwind there. Just felt like it had so much synergy in my deck with so many cards. It was worth picking up. Not to mention, you know, Whirlwind just sometimes kills a bunch of stuff. Alright, we're up against Jargoth the Priest. So this is the classic battle of the recently buffed cards. Alright, Fiery War Axe, look at that. I'm gonna keep the Battle Rage on hand. It looks like I'll have a pretty decent... I mean, it's nice to just have it in your opening hand, knowing that you're gonna get that card advantage. That sweet, sweet card advantage. So turn 2, turn 1, I'm probably going to coin this guy out, just so I can play this on turn 2 and answer his turn 2 play, if he has one. Okay, I've got my late game. All I need to do now is survive the early game. And it's looking like the odds of that are pretty solid. So my opponent doesn't know that I've got this axe, although he's got to figure I probably do. Holy Spiting, that's a good play. Yeah, probably not going to have anything better to do to use his thing on. Alright, let's play the axe out. No reason to waste my Cruel Taskmaster. Problem here is I got 2 Cleaves in my deck. Cleave is not a card I particularly want to have 2 of, because there are times when it is useless, and if you draw both your Cleaves in those cases, it's just a dead card. Oh my gosh, my deck has a lot of good stuff for him to take, so that's a little bit heartbreaking. I really hope he didn't steal my other Fiery War Axe, because that would just be a disaster. Let's not swing at him with his axe. Let's hang on to it, see what I can use it with. I would really like him to play 2 creatures on the board so I can actually use this Cleave. He is not having any of that. He's just like, nope, I'm just going to kill what you play. I don't want to play anything myself. So be it, sir. So be it. And actually, because I am up against a priest, hitting him is kind of pointless because he can just heal it. So yeah. This game is not off to a good start. This Cleave is a dead card. If I draw my other Cleave, I'm in really big trouble. This is a problem because I can't copy anything. So it's like we're almost doing nothing until turn 7 with the Ravenholdt Assassin. And he's at full life. So yeah, maybe I should have shipped back this Battle Rage. Hopefully I get something to draw. You know, it just occurs to me I didn't see a single Kor'kron Elite in this draft. My last draft I had 4 of them and they were really, really good. Now I got nothing. Alright, Defender of Argus. This could have been a Stampeding Kodo instead. I can't imagine it's actually worth it to play a naked Defender of Argus. I just can't imagine it. My guess is my opponent just has a bunch of creatures that died of the Fiery War Axe and that he is a smart and talented player, so he's not just throwing them into the meat grinder. So he's basically probably holding on to a bunch of little creatures. Alright, there's the Light Spawn. Interesting. Ah, this is awkward. I can't use it because he didn't give me anything to play. This is why it's a good idea not to waste your stuff. Waste your creatures in front of this War Axe. Okay, what I'm going to do is think very carefully. If I play this to copy the light spawn, the problem is, and let's say that I hit the light spawn afterwards, get it down to a 2-2. Problem is, he can just heal it back up to a 4-4. And then he can smack me, and then I'm down to a 1-1. Unlike him, I don't have any way of healing it. So that's not super great. Now another option is actually to swing at it, take the damage, and then play Battle Rage, and hope I get some outs. I can actually do this, although that's a permanent buff. I don't actually want to do that if I'm not going to kill the thing. Yeah, I think what I really want to do here is smack this, draw 2 cards, which is definitely not the most impressive Battle Rage the world has ever seen. Another Fiery War Axe, and an Ooze. I don't think I really need to play the Ooze, so let's just pass the turn here. So basically what I want him to do is play another creature so I can actually cleave. That's really important. Or play another creature that's actually worth copying. So one of those things would be good. This is a very tense, control-oriented game here. Notice how much the Fiery War Axe is just dominating the game. His hand is full of creatures he doesn't want to be playing. And he's not playing them simply because I've got this axe in play. So that's some of the most impact a 2-mana card could ever have, stretching out for the entire game. I did get a little bit of card advantage there with that Battle Rage. If it were unbuffed, pre-patch, it would have only drawn me 1 card, which is really nothing. Instead I got an Arcane Intellect out of it. So yeah, that buff is really huge. And I think the card was kind of weak in its original state. So maybe, I don't know what the solution is to fixing that card. If he heals the light spawn, I can whack it and finish off with the Cruel Taskmaster. Or if he heals it, plays another creature, I can whack it and finish off with Cleave, which would be the ideal situation. He's clearly thinking about the best way to handle the situation. I am up against a very strong player. Anyone less than a very strong player would have been just randomly playing out all his crap and not really worrying about it and just let it die to the Fiery War Axe. So this guy definitely knows what he's doing. Did he go AFK or something? No, I saw the card wriggle. Well, he clearly needs to at least heal the light spawn. Wow, that's interesting. He didn't even want to heal the light spawn. Huh. Well, and I don't see a problem with just finishing it off, I suppose. There's no real point to playing Faceless Manipulator there. Let's go ahead and play this guy to get my weapon back. And I'll play the Ooze. So, I wouldn't have played the Ooze if this Weaponsmith died to Holy Nova, but he doesn't die to Holy Nova. So, if my opponent wants to play Holy Nova, I'm fine with that. He actually has less time to think on this turn because he ran out of time on the last turn. That's kind of awkward. He's clearly still here. You can see the cards moving. Just doesn't know what to do. Alright, Cult Master. Wow, he must be getting desperate. Because, yeah, this just dies. I mean, this just dies. Alright. Oh my gosh, if I had Battle Rage right here, I could draw 5 cards with it. That would have been pretty good. That would have been pretty good. Instead, I don't see any particular reason to get greedy here. Let's just, do this. I'm keeping this guy above Holy Nova level. That's sort of my plan. And now we can actually just go ahead and play the Ravenholt Assassin. And don't forget to swing. Alright, well I have another Fiery War Axe behind me, so if my opponent's just holding on to lots of cards that he couldn't play because they died to Fiery War Axe, he's about to be really upset. I can actually play Faceless Manipulator on my Ravenholt Assassin next turn, so even if he mind controls it after I attack him, I'll have another one on hand, which is pretty spectacular. Alright, he's going to freeze this, which is a really weak play, all things considered. I mean, it's just not having that much impact on the game here. The really most important thing about this Frost Elemental is that it trades with my Ravenholt Assassin. Alright. Okay. Let's see. Do I want to Faceless Manipulator? I could also Defender of Argus. That would allow this guy to survive against the Assassin. Interesting.
What now?
I could Gazetteer Auctioneer and play some spells. So the only spells I have are Cleave and Whirlwind. Interesting. Using the Taskmaster here. It's actually hard. That's the hard thing about having lots of card advantage is you have too many options. But I think this is perfectly fine. Let's play the Faceless Manipulator. Oh no, wait, sorry. Was I going to do the Defender of Argus? Yes, let's do the Defender of Argus.
My shield for Argus.
And do I want to play the Cult Master is the question. I don't think I actually want to play the Cult Master yet, because it dies to Holy Nova and Holy Smite, but none of the other stuff that I have does. Yeah, we'll actually play it so that if he does kill my creatures, he's gonna have to pay the price. Alright, can I start to burn him out? I do have another War Axe. Yeah, let's just swing. I don't see any particular reason to hold back right now. Alright, I've got a pretty ridiculous board. Mind Control against this will only take him so far because I can Faceless Manipulate it. Shadow Word Death, much better that than Mind Control, I suppose. And I do draw a card, which is pretty sweet. Now I can play this, and I will then have in my back pocket the opportunity to Whirlwind and turn on Wind Fury. Alright, my opponent had a pretty good play here himself, but I did just draw 2 cards off the Cult Master, so we'll say that that was the correct play. Alright, how do we want to handle the situation? Well, my Taskmaster can just kill the Frost Elemental. That seems like a really good use of my time. Can I kill this Harpy? Yes, with the... Oh, I can Cleave. Cleave is actually even better. Yeah, I'm going to use the Cleave, because if I don't use Cleave right here, it's possible it's just never going to be useful. We're going to Cleave that. Do I want to keep this guy on board, or do I want to use the X? I think actually I'll just use the War Axe. Seems fine. Swing. Maybe I should have played the Gadsden Auctioneer before cleaving. Then I could have drawn a card off of it. Let's go aggressive though. We're going to play this guy. Reason being, next turn I can Whirlwind, turn on Wind Fury, and possibly get a surprise kill against my opponent. I'm pretty resistant against Holy Nova, because this guy and this guy both survive. He'd have to have follow-up removal in order to deal with the Wind Fury that this would turn on from Holy Nova. Alright, that's a pretty good answer because it kills my very dangerous creature. Does draw me a card though. It's possible my opponent will actually be tempted to kill the Cult Master. He's got to be thinking like, well, do I kill the Cult Master to stop him from drawing cards, or do I kill the more dangerous creature and let him draw a card from it? I think, well, knowing what I know, that I can have a way of turning this on, the correct answer, of course, is to kill the Worgen. Let me draw my card. He's got a Holy Smite for the Cult Master, then he gets to have his cake and eat it. Alright, well, fair enough. That's a very good play. Did I miss an opportunity to Faceless Manipulate something? Maybe I did. See, this is why I'm actually starting to like the Giants, the 8/8 Giants, more than the Faceless Manipulator. The Faceless Manipulator lets it do cool tricks, but sometimes it just doesn't do anything. Like, I'd love for this to be like an 8/8 for X mana. Like, I don't even care how much mana. It would be so much better than this thing.
Ready for action.
Okay, that's not exactly anything that I want to copy. Alright, well, he's just throwing things out of desperation into the meat grinder here. So this is stuff he was probably holding all game and realized, you know, it was just never going to happen. Alright, can I kill him this turn? I can deal... Well, I can swing this 5 damage. No, I can't kill him. 5. Waiting on. Can I kill him? I might be able to kill him. Let's see. I axe this. No, hang on. I Whirlwind. Kill this thing with the Cruel Taskmaster. 3, 6, 10, 13. 1 damage short. Ugh, 1 damage short. Okay, so we're just gonna do it slow and steady here. I have such absurd card advantage. There's really no reason to worry about anything. Alrighty. Let's put this guy down.
I got the best deals anywhere.
And let's put this guy down. Power up. Alright, so I have a life advantage, a board advantage, and a card advantage. My opponent would need something ridiculous here. Holy Nova is actually pretty good. Kills 2 of my 3 creatures, but it's half of his mana. Alright, that's pretty good. My guess is he'll kill, yep, the Auctioneer. He's got another, he's had a lot of these Holy Smites. But it's not going to be quite good enough. Alright, comically I can just manipulate this guy. Is that going to be enough to kill him? It's going to be 6 damage. 6 plus 4 is 10 damage. I can't use this because it just kills my guys. Yeah, alright, we will not do that. Instead, let's just play this guy. He seems pretty good here. Okay, so that's it for that. So let's see, Mind Controls this. 3 and 2 damage. 3 plus 2 is 5. 5 plus 4 is 9. 9 plus 3 is 12. Oh, this is a very canny opponent. Wait, what did he just do? Change the minion's attack to be equal to its health. Oh, he screwed up. Oh, he didn't screw up, but the card works in a non-intuitive way. See, he wanted it to be a 2-2, but it's still getting buffed by the Stormwind champion, so since its health was buffed, its attack stayed the same. Ah, poor guy. Anyway, I was going to win anyway, because I had this and the Mortal Strike. It was going to be totally fine. Okay, so my deck is a little bit weird. The curve is a little heavy on the 2 and a little light on the end game, but still very strong. Battle Rage wasn't even that impressive that game. If I had waited a little bit more, I could have drawn more cards. But then again, if I had waited more, I might not have gotten the cards I needed to be in the game as much as I was. Alright, Paladin. Seems like Paladin should be good against Warriors, because their little 1/1 minions soak up axe hits. How important is it for me to fish for an axe? Well, this is actually not the greatest turn to play. Putting that naked on the board isn't that great. This isn't that great, but I want to keep the Harvest Golem because that is really good against True Silver Champion and Hammer of Wrath. So both of the Paladin's primary removal spells are trumped by the Harvest Golem. I drew the Battle Axe anyway, which is fantastic. Let's see what my opponent has to say for himself. Coin, okay. Alright, so here is where I can play some epic mind games. What I can do is armor up. Since he coined this out on turn 1, he's probably got another creature to follow up with it on turn 2, and then I can cleave. Problem is, if that's an Amani Berserker, it's just going to get enraged. So even though this is potentially less of an upside play, it also is a less of a downside play. That's kind of why cleave can be a problematic card sometimes. When I get this axe out, it's actually kind of difficult for my opponent to get 2 creatures on the board that I can, cleave against. Oh my god, he has the ooze. Alright, fair enough. Ouch. This is actually a catastrophe. In an unbuffed state, it would have been perfect answer against the ooze. Now it just sort of trades against it, basically. Can play this card, which trades against the ooze more profitably. Yeah, we'll do that. So, my hope here is that my opponent will attack over top of me, because he knows that I want to make the trade, so there's no reason to make the trade for me. Then he's going to play another creature, maybe like a 1/1, and I can actually cleave him to death. Let's see if all goes according to plan here. Oh, it looks like he's buffing something? Is he buffing? Is he thinking about putting like a Divine Shield on it? That's not really that good of a solution, because this thing that the spawns can just kill the ooze after the Divine Shield wears off. Ah, that thing. Alright, oh, this is perfect! I feel like I'm motherfucking mastermind here. Alright, let's do this. Cleave it up. And unfortunately, this is not an actual 2-drops. I don't want to silence this. So we're gonna armor up. I could have silenced one of his things and then done this just to have it 2-1 on the board. Didn't seem like it was that worth it, though. So next turn, I'm playing a 4/4 for 5 mana, which is not super great. What was it that I took this over? Oh god, I can't remember. I can't remember what I picked over this. This guy's secrets. Huh. It's a little bit awkward. Actually, I can swing in and then trade, but that's probably a Noble Sacrifice. Alright, I'm gonna fish for Noble Sacrifice first, because if it is the drop a minion's health down to 1 thing, it would be really lame. So let's see if it's Noble Sacrifice, and it is. Look at that. Alright, well, I got rid of his secret rather profitably, I would say. Seems fine. Now, I can feel pretty confident playing. Actually, this guy isn't even that good. I don't have any spells to play. Let's actually draw a card. Change of plans. Draw a card, see what I get. Oh, 1 mana short. Okay, let's play this guy down. He survives against this thing at any rate. Okay, a bit of a slower start to this game. My opponent weathered the Fiery War Axe quite nicely. Well, because he killed it with his ooze. The bastard. But next turn I've got a really good play. I can play the Weaponsmith, get a 2/2 axe. That will allow me to finish this thing off after he probably kills one of my creatures with it. And if he does play something really threatening, I can copy it with my Faceless Manipulator. If this were the, giant that's, one less mana for creature on the board, it'd be like a 6 mana thing. I could just play it as an 8/8. So yeah, I'm convinced. Basically, the Faceless Manipulator is just generally worse than the 8/8 giants. I have come to that conclusion. I used to pick the Faceless Manipulator over those giants. I no longer do that thing. Okay, my opponent chooses not to make any trades at all. Interesting choice. I'm guessing he has another Noble Sacrifice in store for me. So in that case, what I'm going to do is attack like this. This is the guy that I want to fish out the Noble Sacrifice with. Ah, it's not a Noble Sacrifice. It's a Redemption. I see. All things considered, that is not super impressive. Okay. I could actually Faceless Manipulate. That doesn't seem right. It really doesn't seem right at all. Can I kill everything? This is going to be tricky. Let's see. I can pop the Divine Shield. Actually, this is a really difficult guy to kill, is the problem. I could pop his Divine Shield. Throw away a guy. Yeah, I can't kill everything. But I don't want it just to kill my thing for free either. Shoot. That is a shame. I could silence it. Okay, let's do this. Let's do this. Let's do this. That cannot possibly be the correct play. Alright, I'm gonna let him get a free kill. This weapon came out, so it's still, I still got value out of it. That's alright. Basically, the reason I wanted to keep the silence is I think there's going to be more threatening things. Okay, like that, for example, is an example of a more threatening thing. If he attacks me, that would be awfully greedy, because he knows if I have a silence, I could just trade for it. Oof. Poor guy. Alright, that was very, very fortunate. So, I can deal 2 damage to all minions. Not really what I want to do right now. Let's go ahead and... Oh my gosh! Nope. Whew, almost made a terrifying blunder. Let's first play this to get a 7/7 with Divine Shield. And then let's silence it. And then let's trade. Sir. No reason to be greedy here. Let's keep this guy above Consecration level, so I'll trade off this thing. Swing there. I don't have any weapons behind this axe, so I'm going to keep it on hand. Pass turn. Have to be careful here. This is 2 damage to all minions, so it hurts pretty hard. Although it actually doesn't really matter that much. Humility. Ha! Alright, so this is now a 1/7 with Divine Shield. Fair enough. Alright, well, all things considered, I am in pretty good shape here. I have card advantage out the ear holes here. I don't have Battle Rage, tragically, so this is actually not really worth doing. It kills too much of my own stuff. I could kill this thing pretty easily. I mean, I could, like, smack, or smack Cruel Taskmaster. Actually, that just dies to, Consecration, so there's no reason to waste it, I think. Let's do this. Let's, just kill this guy before he gets out of hand. Let's do this. And let's play out my stuff. So Paladin's not super great at mass removal. So if he plays Consecration here, 2 of my creatures will die, the Divine Shield will pop, but this guy will become enraged. So I have an out against his main source of mass removal, and I've got some kind of wacky removal back here, in case I need it. Alright, that's a pretty big dude. It's actually hard for me to take out ever since this guy got humilitied. It's actually really hard for me to take out. Holy crap. Well, I think what I'm going to do maybe is Whirlwind. That will turn this guy down to a 5/1, and will allow me to kill this thing. Or alternatively, I could Whirlwind, see what I draw, and maybe I'll choose to like trade the Gadgeon Auctioneer in, keep my guy around. Paladins don't actually have the easiest time dealing 1 point of damage. Alright, so if I'm going to Whirlwind, it makes sense, first of all, to swing with the creatures that are about to die to my own spell. Then, let's Whirlwind up. Draw a card. Ooh, that's a pretty nice one. I really wish I had Battle Rage to follow this up. I could actually use the Wolf Rider. That would allow me to keep this guy around. Interesting. How greedy do you want to be? Yeah, let's actually use the Wolf Rider to kill this. And we're going to do this, and this, The weakness of that play is I now have a lot of stuff that dies to Consecration. But I also have this guy around, and if he doesn't have Consecration, he's going to be in trouble. Perhaps I shouldn't have used this. Perhaps I should have used this to damage the guy. This would have died to Consecration. Alright. Now I'm really in trouble if he has Consecration, because it will kill everything, and I will say he is officially ahead. Alright, luckily he does not seem to have had Consecration. My goal right now is to try to limit my opponent's outs, so I really want to just minimize the chances that I will lose to Consecration. On the other hand, how much damage am I dealing? 4, 9, 13, 4... Oh my god, I think I actually win, because I can buff this. It'll be 8 damage, 8, 13. Oops, I win. Alright, that's good. Always check for the win, folks. Always check for the win. Wow. You know, I misplayed that, I think, because I did open myself up to just being completely blown out by Consecration. I shouldn't have done that. Anyway, he didn't have it, so I didn't pay for my mistake. That's 2 wins. Let's see if we can get a third. Oh my gosh, this deck is so good. Warriors, man. I think I'm just going to be playing Warriors every single time. One thing I will point out, if I had drawn Rampage there, the 2 mana, give a damage minion +3/+3, it would have been gold, money, cash, dollars. Everything was damaged there. Okay, so Kick-Aski is my opponent. Don't think this is that relevant. Good to keep removal around. This is not that good. This is good because I want to have insurance against Fiery War Axes. So by keeping a Slam, I'm reducing my odds of getting a Fiery War Axe. Oh, this is actually really awkward. This is so awkward. I can't really play this early in the game. So I've got nothing until this Harvest Golem drops, basically. And Battle Rage isn't going to be useful for a while. Yeah, it wasn't a really good draw. That's not really helping such situations, so we're going to pass the turn. Hopefully he'll play something that I can actually slam to death so I can use a card usefully. Nope, he's just arming up. At least he doesn't have a Fiery War Axe. Am I right? Wow, 2 warriors, neither of whom has the turn 2 Fiery War Axe. How crazy. I'm actually going to coin this out. I mean, I have nothing else to use the coin on, really. So, rather than waiting for turn 5 to coin out the Frost Elemental, let's just put the good creature on the board and call it a day. It's possible if you draw something here that doesn't kill this, I could actually get a use out of Battle Rage. He's just armoring up, so he's got a very late game oriented draw, which is just fine because I don't have anything to play. Is there any point to playing the Warsong Commander? Warriors do have quite a few ways of killing it. And I have nothing to play next turn after it. I think it's actually incorrect to play the Warsong Commander here. We're going into the late game, which is a bit scary because I don't actually have that good of a late game in this deck. Really, almost all my curve is at 2 mana and just around that area. So it's a little bit disconcerting that this game was so slow. Can't really use the Battle Rage effectively, but Slam is extremely effective here, so we'll use it. Raging Worgen, that would have been nice to have, you know, aeons ago. Kind of pass turn. Okay, this is definitely a little bit scary here. Although I did draw a bunch of my late game cards, so it's not that I have a terrible late game, but I would say that most really good late game oriented stuff would trump mine. Okay, so that's an interesting drop here. There's no reason to manipulate it facelessly. I could silence it, but there's really no reason to do that either. This is a very weird, slow game. I've drawn all my late game stuff. Okay. I don't know what to do, really. I could copy it, but like, why? Then we'll just trade, and then this guy will die. That seems sort of pointless. Okay. Silencing it seems pointless too, then it's just a 4/4, so like, okay. Still trumps my Worgen. I'd really like to be able to kill it. I can play this, play the Owl, silence it, and then trade it and kill it. So I'm just 2-for-1ing myself. Well, this is not really a 2-for-1, this is still around. Boy, I don't know what to do. Alright, we're going to do this wacky plan. I have no idea if this is the correct play. So I'm going to just voluntarily 1.5-for-1 myself, shall we say. And see what my opponent's going to do for 6 mana. So obviously if he doesn't kill this, that would be just bonkers. He has to kill that. And he's going to do it with that, which is a pretty good way of doing it. But that was all of his mana, and I have what I feel like is a pretty good trump play. Oh, if I face this Manipulate, it doesn't get Divine Shield. Ah, nuts. Man, it's amazing how there's no damaged characters on the board. I guess this is the downfall of Battle Rage, huh? Alright, I'm gonna make a Frost Elemental, freeze this guy,
Job's done.
and pass the turn. See what my opponent can do with himself. So I can maybe just start to do wacky things like Smack, maybe Battle Rage. Oh, for one card, it's not even worth it. Ugh. Battle Rage has been really awful here because neither of us had any early game. And now, here we go. Okay, so he's got that. To kill me? At least now somebody's damaged. So Battle Rage draws a card. I can Faceless Manipulate, kill this, but then they both die and I have nothing else to do with my mana. So what we're going to do instead is drop this dude. He dies to the Arcanite Reaper, but he is stealth, so he doesn't die just yet. All in all, I have a deck with like my curve for 2 mana stuff is off the roof, and I just didn't draw any of my creatures. Alright, he dropped a big dude. Okay, this is starting to the point where Battle Rage might draw me a bunch of cards. Let me think very carefully here. So I could trade these. That doesn't really help my Battle Rage count. I have a Cleave, which I don't want to use just yet because it might kill this. So let's say I Faceless Manipulate, make a 6/2 with charge. It doesn't quite kill this, unfortunately. But I could buff it, make it a 9/5 with charge. But then he's got 2 big things. But then I can Cleave and hopefully kill this thing. Hopefully. No, I can't Cleave. I can't do that and Rampage. See, the problem is with the 6/2 is that... yeah. So can I Battle Rage? I think I'm just not going to be greedy. Let's go ahead and Battle Rage. This is 3 cards. That's fine. 3 cards is pretty good. Okay, now, this guy gives us spell power, but that's irrelevant. What we're going to do is trade like this, because it dies to Arcanite Reaper anyway. Then we can Cleave. Then we can play something. Let's play this guy. I'd rather lose him to the Arcanite Reaper than my Raging Worgen. Okay, so I guess that was okay. So I have, what, 7 cards to his 6, but he has a 5/1 weapon, so we're kind of even there. Alright, now he's killed that, so he's just got 6 cards in hand to my 7 cards, and he's first to play, so he has the initiative. Alright, he gets a thing. 2/2 weapons, not quite as good as it used to be here. Although my Cleave is a bit useless as well. Tundra of Argus, that could be good. So this is unfortunately useless now. That's a shame. Now, what's interesting is I have my other Cleave. I could Dalaran Mage Cleave. That will kill this, bring this down to 2. Can't finish it off, though, unfortunately. That seems like a pretty good use of my time. Although I would really like to be able to use this, and then Cleave, and then draw a card. But I don't think I can get that guy to stick around. We're just going to go for the safer play here. Let's do this. Cleave away. 4 mana. Do I want to play the Defender of Argus? Actually would allow my Dalaran Mage to survive. I can also play the Raging Worgen. I didn't think about this. I'd like to play this guy, but I can't, sadly. Let's actually play it while it's good. A good option now is better than the best option later. So, this makes him survive against the weapon and his Chumper Nugget. And I can damage my guy and give him Rampage. So make him really, really huge. And then my opponent would basically have to have Execute to be able to counter it. Battle Rage. Alright, he's only drawing he's drawing 3 cards. Well, okay, so we both drew 3 cards with Battle Rage. He's probably got the edge because, I mean, my Battle Rage caught up to his card advantage. So his Battle Rage puts him ahead. I don't have any more Battle Rages in my deck. So he's now set to win because he has the card advantage and still 7 mana to play. Granted, I have some good creatures. I mean, this is a good creature, right? And this could be a game-changing buff. Plus, I get to draw another card with Gadgetzan Auctioneer, potentially. See what he's got for 7 mana, though. I mean, everything can change. Oh my god, that's really good.
My shield.
Okay, well, at least this guy has taunt, so he himself can actually be targeted. Now, unfortunately, he gets to finish that guy off with his axe. Motherfucker. And this guy actually still gets to live. Fuck. And he gets to kill that thing. Okay, now I am squarely behind. Because I have absolutely no way of killing this thing, which means that my guy That means that he's gonna get to keep charging. Oh, wait a minute! Hold on! Hold on! Yeah! We're gonna do this. Now my creature's charge. This is comical. Alright, it's gonna be this guy.
The best deals anywhere.
Boink. So yeah, that guy just absolutely has to die. There's no question about it. You cannot leave a 6-card, 10-mana warrior with a Warsong Commander. I'm still behind. I mean, he's got a weapon and a creature, so he's basically got 8 cards on the screen to my 6. If I can't make this Rampage count, I'm going to be in really big trouble. And if he keeps killing my stuff... Oh, he draws 4 cards. Oh no! I'm going to lose! Because I only had 1 Battle Rage, and he had 2 Battle Rages. Ah... See, the problem with taking too many Battle Rages is that it's a risk. I mean, my 1 Battle Rage was useless most of the game. But now, of course, he's just going to win, because he's got 7 mana still to spend. Yeah, see, this is why drawing 4 cards is supposed to cost 7 mana, and not 3. Alright, what does he got? Silence. So my creatures don't charge, and he no longer has Taunt. And he's just going to trade. He's going to finish that thing off. He still has 5 mana to spend. That's fantastic. Yeah, I can't... There's just no way I can win this game. It's like, literally impossible. Especially with him having just played that. God damn it. Alright, well, let's kill this. These guys both technically survive against his axe. You have to throw the owl in as well, but I mean, he's got 8 cards and 10 mana. My god, that's so annoying. So yeah, I'm gonna lose to a warrior. So far, playing warriors post-patch, the only classes I've lost to are warriors. And I'm gonna lose because he had 2 Battle Rages to my 1. I don't have any more Battle Rages in here, and his health is high enough I can't burn him out. So, yeah, it's gonna be a problem. I'm just not gonna have a creature left on the board for the rest of the game, is the issue.
Truth is my
He's got so many. Oh, is he gonna let me keep a creature? He's gonna let me keep a creature around. Look at that. How nice. So this guy is pretty nice if I can't silence it, and I still have to spend both my creatures killing it. Oh man, there's just no way to do this, is there? Fuck my life. Well, I might as well play this good guy down anyway. Yeah, I just don't have a good answer to this right now. So I could play the Fiery War Axe and pop the Divine Shield. Is that useful? I don't think so. If I'm gonna do it, I might as well just do it next turn. Yeah, but now I lose. I can't keep anything on the board. I didn't have an answer to this. I would have needed a silence or something. Pretty much a silence is all that warriors have that could deal with this. Or like a brawl or something to deal with this. And because this prevented me from attacking into his creatures, and because I couldn't kill it, he now just gets the open reign here. So we'll probably do that. Pop the Divine Shield. That's a pretty good way of doing things. This guy gets bigger. You can smack it, finish it off with the owl, so this guy gets even bigger. And he still has all of his mana to spend for the turn. Alright, that's a pretty good card. It actually stops me from smacking in and then rampaging. Alright, this is a disaster. Motherfucking Battle Rage. Hoist by my own petard. Alright, well that's the game. There's no coming back from that situation. And yeah, we're going to lose. We're going to wait a little bit before clicking the play button because I don't want to play Mr. Kick ASCII anymore. I was going to win the game until he drew a Battle Rage. And it's not like it was that unlikely for him to draw Battle Rage because he did have 2 of them in his deck. Notice how nice my curve is. He had played a bunch of weapons in the game. I never drew the ooze. I definitely could have won that match if the draw had been different. I just had a really horrible starting hand. And the slow play favored him because he had 2 Battle Rages and I only had 1. So that's the moral of that story. Too bad. But anyway, this deck is crazy strong because considering how strong his deck was, the fact that I hung in there as long as it did is pretty encouraging. Let's go see if we can rack up some more wins. Alright, Keed or Kaid, the Hunter. Feel really good playing a warrior against a Hunter because my hero ability counters his and it stops the Hunter from being able to rush you down. Don't need this. Don't need this. Because the Eaglehorn Bow is a rare or even an epic. So we'll keep this guy around because it's a really strong card, but we'll see if we can fish out my Fiery War Axe. Oh no, that's another slow start. I threw away my 2-drop gambling, and I'm going to pay the price. Ah, there we go. Okay. Whew. Got a 2-drop, which also increases my chances of getting a 3-drop. It's all good and right with the world here. Alright, no coin play for him. Alright, I actually have a curve now, that's great.
I hope you like my
Cute.
invention.
Alright, I'm not going to do this. I'm not going to do this trade. Reason being, I want to give myself the option of, well, or the potential that my opponent will have to answer of running my Worgen into his creature and turning on Wind Fury. Now you can coin out multi-shot, that will kill both my creatures, but it's 4 mana in his entire turn and the coin, and this drew a card, so it's not really that big of a loss. And he's got a secret. What could that be? Well, the obvious answer is Explosive Trap and Freezing Trap, potentially. So if it's Freezing Trap, I clearly need to swing in with this
if you're
first to see
sure.
what it is. Okay, it's neither of those. Now I feel really comfortable doing this. Oh no, it's Snake Trap. Okay, I see. Right, because Snake Trap only triggers if one of your minions is attacked. I gotcha. Okay, well, we do get to hit him for 4. So, in retrospect, it would have been nice to do that first, but had it been Freezing Trap or Explosive Trap, that would have been way worse, so I think it's fine the way I did it. What I'm going to do is play this, drop an axe, and kill one of his snakes. So, Snake Trap, I think it's, what is it, it's an epic card, is it not? Yeah, it's an epic. So, you're not super likely to see it. That's why, you don't want to go too crazy playing around it. But he can have a really strong turn this turn. He can use the snakes, and then multi-shot. He messed up. He should have killed this first, and then multi-shot it. But it worked out exactly the way he wanted it to anyway. So, lucky him. Alright, Battle Rage draws me 2 cards. Don't really need to do that yet. If he plays something that I can trade this with, or, attack and neither of us dies, then I might be able to get even more cards with Battle Rage. Plus, this guy will damage something, so then I can Battle Rage and get even more. Alright, I assume he has a backup player, or else he wouldn't just put a Naked Adventurer down like that. He would need to do something pretty good here to make it survive against my guy. Coin? Ah, that's right. Coin triggers it. Cute, sir. Cute. Alright, so now they trade. I think very carefully here. So, Faceless Manipulator could copy his Questing Adventure, but then I don't have any mana to play anything else. So it'd be just a 4-4. Battle Rage still only draws me 2 cards. If I smack him like this, Battle Rage draws me 3 cards. If I hit this and smack this, Battle Rage draws me 4 cards, but I keep his Questing Adventure alive, which is a little bit scary. I don't know if I want to do that. I could Taskmaster. Kill this, but that's not increasing how many cards I draw. So I could smack this. Make this damaged. Then Taskmaster to finish it off. And I basically get to draw 3 cards with Battle Rage that way. So how greedy do I want to be drawing cards with Battle Rage? The answer is pretty greedy because I also get an extra one from the Gadgetzan Auctioneer. Alright, we're going to do it. So we do this. Order is very important here. Now we're going to play Battle Rage. Draws a card from the Gadgetzan and from the card itself. Oh my god, I really need to hurry here. I think my original plan was a good one. Let's trade that thing off before it gets crazy. And I can play a Wolf Rider. This. And let's actually kill this. Oh my god, I killed the wrong one. Oops. Well, I should have killed the 2-1, obviously, not the 1-1. But anyway, yeah, I think that all turned out fine. I have pretty good card advantage now. And really good cards, too. If he plays a big threat, I can copy it. If he doesn't, I can just throw this down and start to beat face. Got the Cult Master for more card draw, this to freeze stuff. It's perfect. He'd need to have a really good hand of cards to come back from this. And it looks like he just did nothing but draft those guys. Okay, that's cute. So I have nothing to copy. I could do that and do nothing else. It's a little early to play Defender of Argus. Don't quite have enough mana. Problem with playing this is hunters do have deadly shot, so this guy's not super safe against a hunter. not as safe as I would like. Let's go ahead and play this thing. And let's also... It's a bit of a waste, but let's give it Taunt. This will make it survive against multi-shot, so at least he has to throw away one of his piglets to finish it off. Deadly Shot it still dies too, but at least it comes back to life, and if he doesn't have either of those, then this holds up really well against his board. So next turn, I can potentially drop a Cult Master and draw some more cards, or start killing stuff with my Mortal Strike and Cruel Taskmaster, or copy something if he plays it. Lots of options, lots of versatility with my current hand. Alright, Keed or Kide, what you got? Whirlwind would have actually been pretty great. It would kill off his stuff. Ooh, that thing needs to die yesterday. You don't want to let your opponent charge. Ever, ever, ever. If he has a 2-mana beast like a hyena or something, he could get some profit out of it. Alright, all of his little piglets die. This guy actually holds out very well against those things, so it all depends on what he's got with 2 mana. He lucked out. Alright, so he's gonna take a pretty conservative line here. Cleave would be pretty fantastic. That is for sure. Actually, I don't have any way of killing this thing right now. Oh! Speak of the devil. Yeah, you do not ever want to let your opponent put creatures on the board with charge. Just don't ever want to do that. This is not the most impressive Frost Elemental ever, but it is a 5/5. So, God, I love that new Icicle animation. It's so sweet. It's a 5/5. I have board advantage. He seems to have no good cards. He hasn't been playing anything big. If he does come up with something big, I can still copy it. And in worst case, I can copy my own Assassin if I need to.
The end is coming!
Doomsayer. Well, does he have a taunt to protect it? He'd better. Okay, so the thing is this. If I can't kill this thing, then that's fine. Like if this guy, let's say, gets sent back to my hand or something with a freezing trap, that's fine because it's gonna die anyway. So what I'm gonna do is actually slam this to draw a card. The Iron Mage is not relevant at the moment. Let's see what this trap is. All right, it is something. All right, so okay, so basically, now. This is really funny. I can just armor up. And I don't need to play anything else. At the start of his turn, his guy's died. So he's first to play. He has the advantage of initiative, but I have the advantage of having 7 cards versus his 3 and an Axe Out. Animal Companion, alright. It's a Charger. Oh my god, Cleave is still really good. Hey, Deck, in case you want to give me Cleave at some point, you know, feel free. Anytime. Nope, no Cleave. Okay. This guy doesn't quite do the job. Alright. Oh yeah, we'll just kill this thing, I suppose. And I'll play... Actually, then there's nothing good to do with 3 mana. Let's just play it safe. Let's just kill this thing. The reason I'm willing to spend my removal in such a haphazard fashion is that the Faceless Manipulator can copy a big threat if he does choose to play a big threat. I can play that, and let's play this for a little bit of resistance against multi-shot. Oh man, it's too bad I didn't draw a Cleave. That would have just been the most epic Cleave of all time. Wild Pyromancer. Man, this guy drafted too many cheap creatures, it seems. Yeah, oh my god. He just has no late game whatsoever. Or it's all in the second half of his deck. Alright, Rampage could actually be nice. That'd be nice to finally do. Alright, let's just play it safe. Let's put this... Kill that thing. Let's play Cult Master. Swing like that. Trade there, draw a card. Alright, Cow. Finally get to use my Rampage. Woo. So okay, at the end of the day, it's a 4/4. Okay, I guess it's really... Maybe Rampage just is blowing me out, but it's not actually that good. I don't know. I haven't had any luck putting it to good use here. Luckily, it doesn't matter, because I really can't imagine literally anything a Hunter could do that let him win. Well, that is pretty good. I can't interact with it. But my ability to gain life is also pretty good. Whirlwind. I can deal 2 damage to... Oh, man, this is not the right time for that. Let's make sure I armor up and play my own big threat and just swing. It'd be kind of embarrassing to get burned out against a Hunter here. Alright, well I'm winning next turn.
The Frost Wolves
That's not going to save him. Alright. Well played, sir.
Well played.
Doesn't really matter what you do, because you're dead. But thank you for drawing a card for me, I suppose. And that's a wrap. Stealth was pretty nice here. Prevented the tiger from killing my guy. Let's let the Cult Master get the final hit. And yeah, so this is currently in progress. I have a streak where playing Arena as Warrior, I only lose to other Warriors. I've had 2 losses in my last 2 arenas, and both were against Warriors. So yeah, Warriors are pretty out of control, I think. At least initially. The first game, or the only game I lost, was decided entirely by Battle Rage. And even in this latest game where I drew, what, 3 cards with Battle Rage? 3 cards for 3 mana is still insane. And it was fine. It's just, you know, drawing 4 or 5 cards is like out of this world insane. 3 cards is insane enough. So yeah, it went from hoping I play anything other than a rogue to hoping I play anything other than a warrior. That's the state of affairs right now. And what's interesting is that I haven't seen any rogues in a long time. I think in like 7 arenas I've seen like 1 rogue. A rogue has just completely gone away. I'm up against Sloop. This is a different hunter, so this is not the hunter with way too many cheap cards. This is all way too expensive, so I am justified in fishing for my Fiery War Axe. Didn't draw it, but I do have maybe removal. And a Novice Engineer for some card draw, and this for some removal. So I should, barring really exceptional plays from my opponent, have the ability to keep even in the early game, and then hopefully draw into my good stuff. Alright, that's cute. Let's draw a card.
I hope you like my invention.
Fiery War Axe. I'm gonna use this actually. The reason being, hunters have cards that buff beasts, so even an innocuous 1/1 can potentially become a problem. And it was a card for a card, 0 card for a 1 card, and I lose the opportunity to do tricks with it and stuff, but I think that's actually totally fine. Alright, so now I could play this and trade in, but I think what I'd much rather do is play the overpowered War Axe and
Sure.
this is nice to have as an emergency. The Hunter's removal right now is not very good. Multi-shot can't be used. Deadly Shot is way overkill. Arcane Shot. Okay, Arcane Shot would kill this in an efficient fashion. Looks like he's flipping through all his cards, deciding what he can play. Oh my gosh, it's my lucky day. I draw my ooze. The Eaglehorn Bow is a rare. For good reason. Hunters often do have secrets. But yeah. Let's go ahead and get rid of that. Do I want to swing? I have a weapon coming up behind me. But no, let's keep it. Reason being, I may elect next turn. Like, this might not be a good play depending on what he drops, so I may elect next turn to use a Wolf Rider instead. Sen'jin Shield Master would be pretty good for him here. I'd have to use... Actually, Slam would actually be a really efficient way to kill it. It would draw a card. Yeah, Slam would be fine. So yeah, even a Sen'jin Shield Master I have an answer for it. And anytime you can answer your opponent's Sen'jin Shield Master with confidence, you're in pretty good shape. So this is nice. The secret... It would have given his bow extra durability. This ooze is just game-changing here. You'll remember I passed on like a Bloodsail Raider, and I mean, it was just no regrets whatsoever. Alright, what I want to do first of all is see if that is a freezing trap or an explosive trap. It's one of those. Explosive trap? Alright, well that's fine. He basically just used an explosive trap to kill my ooze. Next, I think I'm actually going to play this guy. Uses up all my mana. And I have a couple of spells here, so Slam like will now draw 2 cards. That's fine. If my opponent wants to use a Deadly Shot, you know, better kill this than like my Ravenholt Assassin later. He has a lot of cards because he hasn't been playing any, basically. What does he have for 6 mana? Ooh, that's pretty good. That's actually really good. Damn. Oh, this is really solid answer. All right, we're gonna Slam-a-Llama Ding Dong here. Whirlwind is not actually what I want right now. Alright, then we're going to silence it. And we're going to kill it. attack him, and we're gonna bring up another axe. Again, I'm using this rather than relying on this guy because there's no guarantee that a 2-2 weapon will be what I want to do. I may want to be Mortal Striking next turn, likely to want to use my spells because I am drawing cards for them. So I've got 7 cards on the screen to his 6, so I finally have parity. He has the initiative, but I do have 2 durability on this axe and board control. So he'd have to have very, very strong stuff to catch up here. I would say my opponent is quite a bit behind. Alright, Hunter's Mark is fine because he has to he might have to 2 for 1. Alright, he has to 2 for 1, so he spent the Boar and the Hunter's Mark to kill that one creature. I'm okay with that. So he's falling further behind here. Flare. Okay, so that's just cycling. He just drew a card into nothing else. There's 4 mana left.
Don't mess with
Okay. Pretty good. Pretty good card. Now, what is it with hunters in that card these days? Alright, do I want to use Cleave? No, I don't. What we're gonna do is kill this thing. We're actually going to kill this thing. So that guy's safe. Smack, smack. Alright, well I have a lot of spells and removal, which is actually unfortunate because what I really want is creatures to build my advantage. I could actually lose this game if I simply just keep drawing answers and don't try anything to play. So we'll see what my opponent does. Hopefully it is stuff that I can interact with. Alright, he's going to get to draw a card for that arcane shot. This guy needs to die very soon, like immediately. Can't have him drawing cards and catching back up. And it so happens that Mortal Strike is the perfect answer. So we're going to kill this. I'm actually going to swing at him because I have nothing else to do, so I need to put this guy down. Alright, he's got 8 mana. Only slightly behind on cards because I gadgeted an Auctioneer. I've got 5 on the screen to his 4, and my cards, he doesn't know this, but my cards aren't very good. So I actually have a bit of a problem here. My opponent is catching up simply because I haven't drawn any of my late game. Granted, that's the fault of the draft, and, you know, partially my fault perhaps if I missed some opportunities, because I didn't really draw that many expensive cards. Rampage is actually bad. It has not been good for me at all this entire arena. And I can't use it here. Well, actually, I could Whirlwind? Question mark? And then Rampage? Maybe I will do that. Problem is, I'm just so vulnerable to Deadly Shot at that point. It's comical. Now, given how he is behind, I could maybe have a clue he doesn't have Deadly Shot, or else he probably would have used it. Or he'll probably use it now just to kill my one creature. So we'll see. Let's see. I'll assume that if he doesn't play it now, he doesn't have it. So, yeah. We'll do this thing. We're going to play Whirlwind. This does 2 things. Number 1, lets me kill this guy with my axe. Number 2, it lets me rampage. So I guess that's pretty solid. It's a pretty credible threat. Let's put this down. So Deadly Shot is a 50-50 shot of missing and Armor Up to protect against his hero ability burning me out and pass the turn. Alright, well now I seem to be falling further and further behind. I have 4 cards on the screen to his 4, and he has the initiative. So now I would say, because I had a pretty slow mid-game, I missed a beat for a little bit too long, he can definitely catch back up. Especially like if he Deadly Shots and gets lucky. No! That's not good. Kill command. Alright. Alright, now it's just anyone's game, basically. This got ugly all of the sudden. Okay. So, I have to think about whether I want to kill this thing. The advantage of killing it is I can then play this and it won't die. The disadvantage of killing it is that I can't use Cleave. But I think I actually have to kill it because I need this guy to stay alive. So Cleave is getting more and more useless as the game goes on here. And if I draw my other one, I might just lose for no other reason than I drew 2 dead cards. And he effectively has card advantage against me because we're 3-3, but he has the play. And one of my cards is useless, unless he happens to honor me by playing 2 creatures. I currently deal 6 damage to him, which is decent, but not actually enough to... I mean, he's 3 turns away from dying, all things considered. Alarmobot. I don't think that that's actually useful at all. Alright, when is this at the start of your turn? I mean, if he top decks a really big creature, he could get it on the board for free. I think I actually have to respect that thing. This is actually a really good draw. I can kill this without having to spend both of my attacks against it. And my Cleave is still a dead card. If he draws multi-shot, I'll probably just lose, because that will kill both of my cards, but I can't really play around it anymore. At least I think he spent a multi-shot earlier this game, so he might be multi-shotted out. Right. Ah, he does have another creature, and it's a really good one. Holy shit. Alright, this is actually extremely relevant right now. I deal 3 damage to both of his guys. And don't make the mistake here of running your wolf into this. I can actually use that guy to trade against both of his things. Okay, well, by no means is the game over. Being a warrior, I'm protected against him killing me with his hero ability, which is good. I do have 2 creatures to his none, but I mean, these are pretty chumpy. So, 1 big creature will let him catch right back up. Okay, so Chillwind Yeti actually trades against both of my guys and lives to tell about it, so I need an answer. Cleave is not that answer. God damn it. I knew taking that second cleave was bad. I knew it was bad, and it was bad. Oh no. I have a feeling he's gonna kill this thing and like stabilize with just enough life to beat me. I've got Ravenholt Assassin, I think, still. Don't I? I'm pretty sure I do. That was a little bit of a mistake because now he left the spell power alive, which means Cleave is actually going to kill his Yeti. Granted, he doesn't necessarily want to play around Cleave, but I think spell power in general is a good thing to play around. Ooh. Okay, so if I swing in like this, I actually draw 5 cards. As stands, I draw 4 cards. I think, or 3 cards. I think it's actually worth it to draw 5 cards for 3 mana. That pretty much seals the deal. Okay.
Well played.
So now I can do this. Well, yeah, this is fine. Well, hang on. Do I have anything better than that? This will let me freeze his Yeti, and I have no mana left over. Then this guy would die. That's not good. This would give me 4 mana. What could I do with 4 mana? Actually, nothing, really. I could, like, this. No, we'll just cleave. Use it while it's good. Nothing to facelessly manipulate, but at least I can play this guy, which survives against his Snapjaw, and pass the turn. Okay, so next turn I will win if he doesn't do anything, because I've got this guy. I'll be able to buff him, turn on Wind Fury, and that'll just be the kill. So he needs a Taunter or Bust. Plus I have like Warsong Commander plus Faceless Manipulator shenanigans. Unleash the Hounds. Ah, he gets to kill my guy. Alright, little does he know he still loses though because of the Warsong Commander being overpowered. Well, not overpowered, but you know what I mean. Alright. That was a good game. And I think... Oh, hang on. Oh no, I can actually just freeze the Warsong Commander himself. Yeah, let's do that. And GG. Ooh, tight game. So basically in that game I got an advantage, a really big one, but then I drew nothing but crappy removal spells, and couldn't capitalize on it by putting more pressure on the board. My opponent caught back up, but I top-decked Battle Rage and won the game, because I drew 5 cards with it. Now, the old version of Battle Rage would have still drawn me 3 cards in that scenario. It probably would have still been enough to win. It's interesting. I mean, really, if you think about the Warrior changes, Battle Rage got a little bit better. Okay, a lot better. But it was, like, it's in most cases I've been watching, like, it still would have been good in its old form, so... Perhaps people just were underestimating Warrior before. Oh no! Another Warrior! This is a different one. Kronstein 99. Now, I did actually beat like 2, if not 3 Warriors in my last arena, so it's not like I'm a chump against Warriors, you know. I can take them down. Alright, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to keep this because it's good against Fiery War Axe. I'm going to keep this because it's good against this. So if he plays this against my Fiery War Axe, it'll get silenced. Now, this guy is late game, so we can toss him back. Alright. Oh, ooze. So good. So good. Okay. Well, let's see what he plays. I have a pretty good turn here. What I'm actually going to do is coin out Fiery War Axe. And basically gamble that he has a Fiery War Axe himself, that I can kill it with my ooze before it has a chance to do anything. If he has an ooze, I'm gonna get blown out. That's a fact. He's playing it safe. He doesn't seem to have a fiery war axe. I am not gonna play this ooze against warriors. It's crazy to play the ooze. So my gambit failed. I lost the coin for nothing. I would have been just as fine off without having spent the coin. Actually, in fact, I could have, you know, played the fiery axe this turn and then potentially had the coin would have been useful later. But that's fine because he played it anyway. He looks like he just top decked it, and now I get a massive advantage. Alright, well there's my ooze. If he has more fiery war axes, they're all fair game. But hopefully they actually play some creatures. There we go. There you go. Play some creatures, Sonny. Okay. Faceless Manipulator, not super good. Kill this guy. See, I have 2 4-mana creatures, neither of which is playable at the moment. This because it's naked, and this because it would destroy my weapon. So I have a choice of 3 drops. This one actually survives against his 2 damage at dealing axe. But but actually it is good buffed because Wind Fury doubles the value of buffs. You know, let's play this though. This is a bit of a safer play. If he drops a big 5-drop, I can run this in and finish it off with my axe if need be. And then I can replenish my axe right away with the Arathi Weaponsmith, which conveniently survives against the Battle Axe. Let's see what he's got. Another Drake. Good thing I have Silence. That's really good. Okay. Cult Master is tempting here, but this plus the Fireworks doesn't quite kill him. Alright, so a little bit of change of plans. Let's silence that. Unfortunately, I'm 1 mana short of being able to play the Cult Master, so here's where the coin would have been really helpful. Would have been nice to play the Cult Master here, draw a card. Instead, what I'll do is just use my last charge, because I have a weapon behind it. Play this, and this is a fine play. So, he gets to kill the owl with his battle axe, but the owl did its job. If these 2 creatures miraculously survive, Defender of Argus is a good play. If they miraculously survive, the Cult Master may be a good play. And if you drop something really scary, the Manipulator could be a good play. Faceless Manipulator hasn't actually been that great. I'm more convinced than ever he's just not as good as other epics, like the Giants, for example. Let's see what he wants to do with his life. Cleave. Clever play. So, oh my god, I get blown out by Whirlwind now. Oh, Jesus. I really wish Cleave had hit this thing, because this thing was dead anyway. It looks like he doesn't have Whirlwind, or else he obviously would have played it. Okay, zip his axe. And what else? I'd love for him to play a creature that I can run things into with the Cult Master. Some cards would not be amiss here. Quite a few things at 4 mana I could run these guys into rather profitably. Alright, that's perfect. If it had been the Senjin Yeti, or Senjin or the Yeti, wouldn't have had quite as good of a turn here, but let's play Cult Master. Yeah, this has to be the right play. Let's run my guys in, draw cards. See if I get a 2-drop. Whirlwind is not super great. Let's get another card. Cleave is a little late to the party. Armor up. Pass turn. Okay. Well, we've got 8 cards on the screen to his 5. Of course, as we all saw in the first game against a warrior in this arena, Battle Rage can catch him up right quick. Cleave would be amazing. Kill both my creatures really well and leave him with 5 mana to spend. If he doesn't have Cleave and if he doesn't have removal in general, Defender of Argus is a really strong play. This is a really strong play. This could be a strong play. Really, I have lots of strong plays. Alright, that guy needs to die.
Back to work.
Very clever. So I do draw a card from that, but he gets to kill my Cult Master. I actually don't have anything that can kill this right now. That's awkward. That's really awkward. Shit. He's gonna have an 8 mana turn. Nope! I have an answer. And this may seem crazy. But you gotta understand how important it is to kill these things. If I had 8 mana, cough if I hadn't wasted my coin, cough, I could play this and charge something in and kill it. I don't have any 2-drops, unfortunately, to charge in. So yeah, this may seem absolutely bonkers, but again, I just cannot emphasize how critical it is to kill the Warsong Commander. You know what? There is literally nothing I won't do to kill a Warsong Commander. Let me just put that on the record. If anyone would like to challenge me in the comments with a scenario, you know, anything short of like actually, like, I wouldn't die, I guess. I wouldn't kill my creature, my hero to kill him. But like, if you'd like to challenge me to come up with a scenario, feel free. But I will stand by this claim that there is literally nothing that I wouldn't do to kill a Warsong Commander. It is that good of a card, and it is that important to kill that thing, because it is so strong. Alright, well, I have massive card advantage here. I've got 8 cards on the screen to his 4. He has the initiative, but it better be a hell of an initiative, because unlike in my game against the Hunter, I actually have things to play, and they're actually all really good. So this warrior, Kronstintine, is not going to be in good shape if he doesn't have a good play. Well, that's about as good as they come. So he's basically saying, bitch, find another answer for... Wow, he's going to burn me! That's ballsy, considering he knows I can kill this. Alright, he's just trying to burn me out. You know, that's fine. He's playing to his outs, I suppose. I can't really fault him for that. Okay, I got Battle Rage. I honestly don't even think I need this card. So let's see. Cleave looks really good here, especially after I do this. Yeah, let's just do this. If I want to draw 4 cards, I mean, why not? It fills me up, fills up my hand. Although this and Cleave will also draw me a card. Yeah, we'll just... Let's not go too crazy here. Let's play the Gatstone Auctioneer. Let's Cleave up. Get another Cleave. I don't have any weapons behind this one, so I'm not going to use it to swing at him. I'll pass the turn. Alright, so Warrior with 2 cards should not be able to burn me out, but I need to start using my armor ability every turn now. Because, it's important to gain life. Alright, I left a damaged character on the board, and that allowed him to draw more cards with Battle Rage. If he has another Battle Rage, he could actually catch up. That's actually also a pretty good catch-up card. Can I answer it with Warsong Commander? The answer is not really. Shit. Here's a good play. Okay, we're gonna do this.
My shield for Argus.
That pumps him up. So now I can do that. We're then going to, I think I'll just fight fire with fire. Well, no, first, you know, it makes sense to get to a point where I actually need to use cards. So this draws me currently 4 or 5 cards. It puts me up to my hand limit, leaves me with 2 mana. So I'd actually end up throwing away a card if I did that. I don't think I want to do that, actually. Let's swing. Put a threat on the board, and let's armor up. Still no weapons behind me, so I'm not going to swing. Again, even with 10 mana, I really don't think a warrior can burn me out 13, especially with a Taunter in the way. Brawl is probably the best card he can play. This is totally irrelevant, so I'm happy to see that. And that is totally irrelevant, so I'm happy to see that. Execute would have been money for him. It could have killed this for 1 mana, but I guess he didn't have it. And that is totally relevant. Alright, let me see if I can win. In a rage, okay. Can I win here? It's possible. Unlikely, but possible. If I play Warsong Commander and Ravenhold Assassin. Can I actually deal damage to this thing? No, there's no way I can deal damage to it. Oh, I can... Aha, so I can actually deal, like, an extra point of damage. Okay, so I've got 4, 5... 4 plus 5 is 9. There we go. 9 plus 2 is 11, 18. Alright, I cannot quite kill him. What that means is I need to clear out the board. So, what's the best way to do that? Well, I think the best way is, is there anything good for me to copy? Actually, there isn't. Oh, hang on. Wait a minute. I might actually be able to win. Wait, if I... Okay, hang on. If I attack like this, play Warsong Commander, Faceless Manipulator, copy my guy. He has charge. He deals 8 damage. 8 plus 4 is 12. 12 plus 5 is... Oh my god! 8 plus 4 is 12. 12 plus 5 is 17, 18, 19, and there's no way to do any more damage. Crap. Okay, so we're gonna have to do this. And then let's just be safe and do this. Let's do this. Oh, I draw a card for that as well. Let's do this. I'm playing badly here because I'm running out of time. Let's deal with damage and pass the turn. Okay, okay. That was definitely not the best way to play it. I made some mistakes there because I was short on time. But anyway, that was fine, I think. The way that all worked out. Alright, War Golem would have been scary last turn. Now it's not so much. So he's really in big trouble. Simply because I can charge in with whatever I want. And this deals 6 damage, so yeah, that's going to be the game. Freeze a doodle doo. Alright, very well played by my opponent. Very well played indeed. Constantine. And I think I can credit this win entirely to my decision to take an Ooze over a Bloodsail Crusader. Because the Bloodsail Crusader, I mean, he's really tempting. You gotta figure a lot of the time you're gonna have a 3-2 or a 2-2 weapon in your hand, maybe even a 5-2, so that thing can be like a 6-3 or a 4-3. No, sorry, 5-3 or 4-3 for 2 mana. You know, it's solid. But I think I made the. I think if anyone watching this video, if there's one lesson you take away from this arena, it's that you have to metagame. And the metagame right now is people love to play warriors, and warriors use weapons, so oozes are just ridiculously good. All right, we're up against Beezy. Let's take a sip of Good Luck water against this priest. All right, Inner Rage is removal, but it doesn't really kill much. I don't want to keep it. This is on curve, but I would like an extra shot at drawing a Fiery War Axe. This is good, though. I'll keep it around for turn 4. Alright, oh my gosh, I gambled a little bit and lost. Now, I really don't have anything to do till turn 4. Uh-oh. Maybe I should be a little bit less aggressive with my mulligans. It would have been nice to have that Farseer to play on turn 3 just to have something, you know? Of course, in a deck full of 2-drops, I top deck my 6-drop. Alright. Can't kill that thing, it's untargetable. That is a little bit tricky. Oh my god, okay, that's lucky. That was a lucky top deck. Okay, so my mulligan decision is vindicated, because had I mulliganed any less cards, this would not have come up just yet. Whew, so that's good. Next turn, I don't have anything to do at the moment, but armoring up and smacking something down is going to be a possibility. This is not as canny of a player as the other priest I played, because he does not realize that you should not play things against Fiery War Axe. It's better to hold on to it. Well, actually, you know what? I'll take that back. I don't know. Maybe it is better to throw things into the beat grinder so that you can at least play your stuff rather than playing nothing. So perhaps he made the right call there. It's going to bite him, though, because next turn I can play this, so unless he plays a really nice 3-drop or a 3-drop with more than 2 health, he's going to die. Alright, well, that's actually totally fine. What I'm going to do here, I think is just kill this thing. I mean, I could play this and they trade. I'd rather keep that in my back pocket, though, and see what he's put the pressure on him. I do have one good late game play here. If I draw Battle Rage, Whirlwind will become a really good late game play as well. Alright, Flesh-Eating Ghoul is not quite gonna die to the Weaponsmith, unfortunately. I could Whirlwind and kill it, but this is not like a Warsong Commander, so it's not like I'm desperate to kill this thing. Let's just go ahead and play this. No particular need to smack it, honestly. There's a chance I'll just be able to kill it with my guy, so I don't really want to smack it just yet. Let's pass the turn, see what my opponent does. Shadow Word Pain obviously would kill my Weaponsmith. Then I'll regret not having smacked this last turn, but I don't really want to smack it twice just to kill it. That's kind of a waste of this axe. If he does play something big, I got this to freeze it and slow down his tempo, and then this to follow up with to do some big damage. Rampage again is being just awful. The only way this will be vindicated is if I actually get to trade into this ghoul without repercussions. And then beef it up. Is he playing Mind Blast? Oh, I guess he has... Oh no, from that he was targeting me with that. Okay, so he's gonna finish me off with the ghoul, I hope. Yeah, good play. Alright, so now we're kind of even Stevens here. Best play is to take the damage to the face. Even though this battle cry is wasted. Oh, I have to actually... Oh, I didn't have to freeze my own minion. I forgot. This can freeze characters. Right. So anyway, I don't want to freeze myself. I might actually want this weapon. Next turn I've got this. So I've got big stuff I'm playing. The question is, does my opponent have big stuff he's playing? The answer is yes. Yes, he does have big stuff he's playing. Interesting. Alright. So, this ogre's clearly going to kill some stuff. So, the time for Battle Rage is now. I could hit him and that would be 3 cards. I could Whirlwind, that would also be 3 cards. Whirlwind does not quite allow me to trade, and it's an extra mana I'm spending, which could be... but I could Rampage. Yep, alright, we're going to Whirlwind. I'm actually going to get greedy here. I'm going to smack him to draw an extra card with Battle Rage. It could make all the difference. It didn't at all, but it could have. Now I could slam this, draw a card, and trade, or I can do this epic play and kill. I think it's worth it because even though this is very vulnerable, priests other than Holy Bolts don't have any good way to deal 1 damage. So, like, it's actually not a trivial exercise for him to deal with this. He needs to have something. Alright, well, he's got the Holy Smite. Okay, fair enough. But, I mean, I made him have it, so that's fine. Dire Lava. Ooh, I'm happy to see that. That is not a strong play at all. That's also very weak. Okay, it is my lucky day. And he's just healing himself? Perfect. So he has no good cards, basically. And I have the run of the board. Okay, Cleave, I think, is pretty solid. Oh boy, my poor opponent. Let's put the Warsong Commander down. And let's put this down. Now against a Hunter I would have put a Harvest Golem, but against a Priest, Priests are not good at dealing 3 damage to do 2 different things. So Holy Nova would actually turn on my Wind Fury and +1 attack, so he doesn't want to do that. He'd need to have Shadow Word Pain, perhaps. Or Mind Control. Wow, he's desperate. Look at this, mind controlling that thing? Oh no. Why would you mind control this and not this? Anyway, actually, it was pretty timely of a mind control because this would have made it kind of a powerhouse. But now, we can just kill this thing in a number of ways. Actually, it's not that easy to kill this thing. Let's do a slam way of killing it. All right, and Inner Rage. All right, we're going to save this guy for later. Actually, no, we'll just put him on now. Why not? Well, you know what? Hold on. If he played a Mind Control on such a crappy creature, it's possible that he actually has another Mind Control. So what I'm going to actually do is keep my board small and try to be mind control proof. I'm also Holy Nova proof. Only the wolf dies to Holy Nova. So yeah, we'll keep this guy around as a finisher. I'm not super worried if he doesn't have charge, because even if he doesn't have charge, he's got stealth. My opponent can't steal him. And there's no like deadly shot or anything like that for priests. The only thing he could do is Mass Dispel, and then play like Shadow Word Death to kill it, which would be like 7 of his 10 mana for the turn, so I'd be okay with that. And in any case, if he doesn't have any removal now, he's just in really bad shape here against what I have. A cool trick, by the way, if he keeps this guy alive, is I can attack with the guys adjacent to the wolf first, and then I can summon new minions next to the wolf. Look at that! Am I not a boss, or am I a boss? I was like, hey, I bet he's got 2 mind controls, because he played one kind of loosely, and look at that! He had a mind control. He had another mind control. Alright, so let's see if I can kill him. I got 5, plus 7 is 12, plus 3 is 15 damage. That's not quite enough. So what we're going to do is hang on to my Ravenhold Assassin. Swing. And then play this. And then swing. So oh my god, I forgot to take into account the wolf bonus. Oops. Yeah, I should have probably taken that into account. I think I might have been able to win that game. Let's see, I had 8 damage. Did I not turn? Okay. I had 8 damage from this. 10, 12, 16. No, it still wasn't enough to kill him. Okay, I'm happy about that. Alright, he's in really big trouble now. Mind Control is not going to help him out. Holy Nova would kill a lot of my stuff, but not all of it. So Holy Nova would actually... Okay, Holy Nova would have been good there. He could have killed this thing, and if he had any more removal, he could have cleared my board. He had 5 mana left. But then I play this as a finisher, and I'm still drawing more cards. I still could have won. Perhaps I could have been a little bit less reckless there, but with him at 4 health, I felt like I was in pretty good shape. Especially because I think I had another Fiery War Axe in my deck still. Yeah. Alright. Yeah, that was a pretty convincing win. We're at 6-1. A few things in life are as fun as being at 6 wins in the arena. Let's take a sip of good luck water here. And I have a little bit of leeway to get up to 7, which is always nice. No! Up against a warrior, Jotun. I believe this is not the guy who beat me. I believe. Okay, I don't want to keep Whirlwind. I want to keep Cleave in case he plays 2 early drops, but I want to fish for my Axe in case he doesn't. Alright, this is a bit of a weak hand, but at least I got things to play on turn 3, so that's fine. I could even play this and then this. Cleave. Oh no, that's bad. I really regret keeping Cleave now. There's a really good chance these are just going to be dead cards all game. Especially if he doesn't have any plays. Uh-oh. Uh-oh, SpaghettiOs. This game is not off to a good start. Oh man, I'm drawing more removal that I don't need. Alright, I'm going to hold this guy back. Reason being, there's a billion and one ways Warrior could kill this thing. So I'd rather him kill my mediocre card and then hang on to this later. Hoping to draw more other things, hoping to draw other things to play that are better than this, so I can save this for the late game.
My blade be thirsty.
That's a pretty good answer, actually. Okay, so here's the story. If I slam, I draw a card. But then he gets an extra damage and he kills my guy. Instead, I can smack a doodle doo. Then I can slam and I don't draw a card, but then I get to keep my guy around. So we're going to do this, I think. Now I can also Rampage, make this 5-4. It's an interesting possibility. No, let's just God, I wish I could just wait and cleave, but no, let's just slam right now and attack. If he doesn't have an Execute or a Whirlwind or a Slam or any kind of weapon or an Arathi Weaponsmith, and this guy miraculously is around next turn, okay, Execute. All things considered, Execute's potential to be more scary than that. I could have played Rampage then. Alright, Cruel Taskmaster, is this any good? I think it's actually not. Oh, see, look at all these dead cards. Ugh, okay. What I'm going to do is play this, pass the turn. If the Demolisher hits this, he can finish my guy off. I didn't. But the thing is, even if he kills this, I want to just use these cleaves. I just want to be able to use them. So I want him to play another creature. I would even double cleave right now. I have no problem with the double cleaving. Just please play a creature. Okay, this is not the best creature because double cleave doesn't actually kill it. Alright, let's see. I have some options here. I don't have enough mana to double cleave and play the wolf, unfortunately. I could just trade this guy in and double cleave, clear the board, and accept the loss of a card. Any other way of doing this? I could like play Cruel Taskmaster, do this. That I'm just 1 mana short of being able to double cleave. I could Cruel Taskmaster this, kill this engine. Problem there is I'm not using my cleave. So yeah, we're just gonna do cleave. And this is awkward. I'd love to turn on my Rampage or my Enrage, but then I can't cast Cleave afterwards. Damn it. Okay, here's what we'll do. Let's. Oh, I forgot about the taunt. My apologies. Just forgot about the taunt. Okay, so yeah. Anyway, we're gonna proceed as planned here. And the risk was just too high that Cleave would be useless. So he has card advantage and the play, and he's first to play. So my opponent just straight up has the advantage right now. He's first to play with 6 mana, and the board is clear. Has another Demolisher. Okay, all things considered, I'd rather this than other stuff, probably. Okay. Wolf Rider seems like a pretty good answer to this, actually. I'm gonna do it. This also gives me a chance to sneak my wolf in here. Okay, what's the situation now? Pretty much same as last turn. He's first to play with 7 mana, still has 5 cards on the board to my 4. Now I have a creature on the board, but my stuff is all pretty crappy. Alright, that's a pretty good card. I'm happy though that I saved my Taskmaster though, because I now get to do this. Rampage is still bad. And this naked thing on the board has a 0% chance of surviving till the next turn. So now my opponent has actually more card advantage against me. He's got 5 cards now to my 3. So that's bad.
Get behind me. X marks the spot.
Interesting. He's actually going to leave my guy alive. Well, I have no creatures to play. Little does he know. I can't take advantage. Okay, well, that's actually pretty good. I wish I had Battle Rage here instead of Rampage. That would be so much better. Alright, if I Whirlwind... Yeah, whatever. We're just playing this. This seems like a fine use of my time. So this is putting me extremely vulnerable to a Whirlwind. Oh, this actually survives a Whirlwind. Never mind. It's fine, though. He's got an Execute or a Whirlwind. It's fine. I'm hanging in there. Battle Rage. Drawing 3 cards. I'll take that. I'll take that. That could have been much worse. I stand to draw 4 cards if I draw a Battle Rage. He drew into a Whirlwind. Pretty good. And he still has 5 mana. God, he killed my 6/1, drew 3 cards, and still has 5 mana left over. Alright, he's apparently not drawing any of his weapons. Poor guy. This is actually a really good draw here. So I need to draw some cards. I don't see how a card could matter, but always draw cards first. Let's just draw a card. Harvest Gold. Okay. Let's keep this guy as healthy as possible. Well, hang on. If I do this, I'm vulnerable to more stuff. But yeah, we'll make him work for killing my Warsong. This Warsong has been alive a ridiculous number of turns, and notice how it is pretty much single-handedly keeping me in the game. I'm assuming he didn't have any way to kill it. I'm just assuming there was literally no way for my opponent to kill this guy, or else I'm sure he would have done it. Shield block. Oh, I'm really happy to see that. So he's fishing. He has gone fishing. Arcanite Reaper. Pretty solid card. He's just got to kill the Warsong Commander. He absolutely has to kill the Warsong Commander. He knows what he's doing. This man knows what is up. Arcanite Reaper is a good card, but at least he didn't have anything else to do with mana, so he's now got 5 cards on the screen to my soon-to-be 5. Frost Elemental. Oh, that's so good. Yoink. We'll do that. I'm leaving myself vulnerable to Brawl, but I consider myself very far behind in this game, which is why I'm willing to take risks, and leaving my opponent with an out to an epic card is pretty good, all things considered. Ha, I can't attack this turn. Did I already use my Ooze this game? I don't think I did. And if I draw Battle Rage would just get me back in this game so hard. I mean, it's like 3-ish cards minimum. Probably more if he plays some stuff out for, with 5 cards and 10 mana. Whirlwind's not super great. I mean, it would draw me a card, but then kill off my own Gadgetzan Auctioneer. Don't want to do that unless I have the Battle Rage to make it worthwhile. Well, I'm in this game, but I'm definitely in top deck mode because my opponent is ahead. He's got 6 cards on the screen to my 5, and one of my cards is kind of marginal. And of course, he's got the initiative. He's first to play. There's something to be said for being able to play out the cards in your hand. Commanding Shout? Oh my gosh, he's just using that to draw a card. Now, unless he might have a Core Chrono Leader or a charging minion, then it would make sense. He's armoring up. What is he doing? Oh my god, what is he holding? I honestly have no idea what he could be holding that he would just not play anything. Well, luckily for him, I have nothing good to silence, no good spells to play, so I'm just gonna armor up. Snack-a-doodle-doo. Okay, I guess I'm excited to see what he's gonna do next turn. I at least have an answer here in the form of this Ironbeak Owl. So 6 cards to 7 on the screen for him. He's getting down on life. What is he holding that he wasn't... He didn't have anything to play for 6 mana. This is one of his newer cards. He wanted to do a big strike with the Warsong Commander. I see. So he held his creatures back to make a really good play. Well, I approve. That's a really smart play on his part. He should probably kill my Gadgetzan Auctioneer. This guy dies against either one of his things. He might have a Cleave, maybe, though? Cleave would be pretty rock-tastic. Oh my god, I need to draw Battle Rage. Real bad. Real bad. He's buffing the guy that is summoning sick. Very ballsy move, for sure. He's actually pretty low on life. I might be able to burn him out if I get a weapon. Swinging for me, leaving my guy alive. Okay. Anything else for 0 mana? Nope. Can I top deck something good? Oh my god, I drew Battle Rage. Oh my god, I drew Battle Rage. Yes, I think drawing 3 extra cards for 1 mana is worth it. Let's do that. Ba-boink! Oh god, that feels so good.
Well played.
Thanks.
My thanks.
Okay, can I kill my opponent this turn? I don't believe I can. Doesn't seem to be a way to do it. I actually have a ton of health, so we'll take this nice and slow. That's a good. It'd be a bit greedy to copy this guy. What we're gonna do is just trade like this. Play the axe. Kill this. Don't want to throw my axe away before it's time, so let's drop that guy down. So this does 5 damage now. I'm way above 12 health. So I'm pretty close to burning him out. I mean, actually this plus my axe kills him, so. Now obviously if he deals with this guy, then I'll only be able to deal 7 damage, which isn't quite enough. Alright, he got his own weapon, but hitting my creature's not going to help him. That's not going to help him. Okay! Well, I drew Battle Rage and won the game. That's pretty much the moral of the story, but considering I only have... Well, I had like 12 cards left in my deck before I drew Battle Rage. It wasn't like horribly unlikely that I would draw it. No need to do anything fancy here. Let's just smack and whack. Well played, Mr. Jotun. It has been an honor to attain my 7th win in the arena against you. You played a mighty fine game as Warrior. So it's kind of funny, the only games I lose are against Warriors, and the only games that are close are against Warriors. Actually, no, there was that one Hunter game that was really, really close. I have to give the Hunter credit. He did a good job. We are seeing in these games, though, a weakness of my deck. I think maybe I have like too many random cards, like Rampage and Cleave and stuff. It does give me kind of a lot of risk for bad opening draws. I think if you have one bad draw, you can be like, oh, I got a bad draw. But if you were getting like bad draws every game, and lots of games in a row, you have to concede that your deck isn't built very well. So my deck's just not very well tuned. A lot of these 2-drops are wacky miscellaneous things that don't do anything. Okay, Zanzibar. Zanzibar, the pirate mage. Alright, let's not go crazy fishing for the axe. This is late game, this is mediocre. Let's keep my card draw, let's keep my removal. Cleave, I have found, is good to keep against mages, because a lot of times, mages will play turn 1 mirror image, and this kills both of the images. I've actually done this a couple times, you saw it in my video. I think it is 100% worth it to use Cleave to kill mirror images. Just, I do that without any regrets whatsoever. Alright, no reason to, there's no reason to wait before starting the Fiery War Axe party. Let's just go ahead and do it, especially because I have a turn 2 play. Battle Rage is coming up, so if I can engineer a good situation, it will be nice. Hopefully, I'll be able to tickle him once. So, when you're playing a warrior with Battle Rage, getting a point of damage on your opponent is so important, because it means an extra card for when you play Battle Rage. Alright, no turn 2 follow-up for my opponent. Let's draw a card.
I hope you like my invention.
I would like to damage my opponent, but not so much that I'm going to waste my last axe hit on it, because that would be bad. Let's see what my opponent plays. Here. For Grizzly. Well, that'll die to my War Axe just fine. So here's the thing. Mages have 1,000,001 ways to kill a Warsong Commander. Fireball, Polymorph, Frost Bolt, Arcane Missile plus Fire Blast. I mean, just a billion ways. But I really don't have a better play. I don't want to use this for 2 cards, because the potential is so much better. So I'm just going to go ahead and armor up. So yeah, I don't want to Battle Rage, I don't want to play this. I want to save this. And it would have been nice if my opponent didn't kill it, because then I could Defender of Argus, buff both my guys, and then charge in with Taunt. But the odds of that happening, I felt, were just so small, I didn't even want to bother doing it. Alright, looks like my opponent didn't have a play, or didn't have something he wanted to do for you know, removing this. Like, maybe he has removal but didn't want to use it against this thing. Defender of Argus is a little bit weak here, but it's better than nothing. Put something on the board. A good option now is better than the best option later. This prevents my opponent from working this guy down with the hero ability, puts a 3/3 on the board, gives me the opportunity to maybe add 4 to my Battle Rage count. Right now it's at 3. If I didn't have this, I probably would have just done the Battle Rage. But I'm holding on to these 2 Cleaves, which is going to be my main objective now, is find a way to use Cleave. Oh, perfect! Oh my god, that's so perfect! Oh my god, I can't handle how perfect that is. Okay. So, okay. If I hit this and I damage him, I draw an extra card from Battle Rage, but that stops me from using a Cleave. So what we're going to do is Do a cleave. Now I draw 4 cards from Battle Rage. That's incredibly good. Yeah, it's just so good. I mean, that's a sprint. I just played a sprint for 3 mana. I can't get over that. And we're going to go ahead and kill my weaker creature, even though it has taunt. And then swing. Alright, well, this is pretty good. I have the board advantage and card advantage. What is it? 9 cards to my opponent's 6. This is a pretty good drop. I actually don't have any easy way to deal with it at the moment. Could I enrage? This would be 5 damage. Nope. Might be worth silencing because spell power with mages is really terrifying. Actually, that was a really good drop right there. I think my best play is just to play it slow. Use this Frost Elemental, which I love more and more with every passing game. So now Flame Strike does kill everything because of spell power. But it is only 2 creatures, and I'm okay with taking a 2-for-1 disadvantage, losing one of his best cards, when you consider that I have so much card advantage to start with. Okay, well, your guy's frozen, buddy, so you have to use your hero ability. Sorry. Do this, Inner Rage, make it a 6/2 with Wind Fury? Gotta say that's tempting. Then everything dies to Flame Strike is the problem. What do I have back here? Cleave. Right. Anything better than that? I can't really take this guy down. I can play this and take him down next turn, but the problem is I don't actually want this dying to Flame Strike. That would be really sad. Is there a better way to kill this thing? I could silence my Frost Elemental. Ah, I like this plan a lot, actually. We're gonna do this. I'm gonna silence this. Play the Warsong Commander. No, I'm gonna hold the Inner Rage for the Worgen. We'll, the Warsong... Actually, I don't want to use the Warsong Commander. Screw that. I'm just gonna play this guy. Yeah, we'll do this. And just double the 2-for-1. It's fine. Still have lots of card advantage. Lots and lots of card advantage. And what I want to do is Warsong Commander, Raging Worgen, Inner Rage. This guy becomes a 4/2, buffed by 2, so a 6/2 with Wind Fury. I hit him for 12 damage. And pass turn. Alright. So my opponent is just not going to oblige me here. Still can't kill this guy very easily. Although now I think it's fine to play the Ravenhold Assassin, because mages don't have any equivalent to deadly shots. So I'm okay with just trading. Basically, I want him to run out of stuff, which he's going to do before I do. He's definitely going to run out of stuff before I run out of stuff, because I have a lot of cards.
We must cleanse the Sunwell.
He's going to buff-a-doodle-doo this feller. And, alright, I don't have... Oh, man, I love my Direwolf Alpha here. That would be terrific. Oh, what am I talking about? I got Cleave. Woo! I got Cleaves in 5 different area codes. Alright. So he's just trying to overrun me here. I think I'm okay. That seems pretty good. Okay. We're going to do this. A little bit of a change of plans. Let's play this thing. If I play this, I can't play Cleave. So what I'm gonna do is, it's tricky. Yeah, I think it's important to play Cleave. So what I'm gonna do is Inner Rage and kill this thing. Then I'll Cleave. All right. Now I can conduct this trade. I'll play one more creature that dies to Flame Strike. And actually, it'll be this. This is pretty resilient to Flame Strike. Haha. Okay. Alright. Seems pretty good. My opponent did get a little bit of advantage back there with this guy, with the second Archmage in a row. I just didn't want to go crazy playing Warsong Commander and Raging Worgen and dealing damage, because if he did have Flame Strike, he would just blow me out. And I don't really want to expose myself to a blowout here when I had such a good Battle Rage. I gotta hand it to my opponent. She was really hanging in there, considering I drew 5 cards. We're actually even on cards now. Wow, that means I spent all the advantage from Battle Rage. Part of the problem is a lot of these things are 2-drop creatures, so if they had been like normal creatures, like that cost mana and did stuff, then I would have been in much better shape. Alright, this is a bit of a problem, because I actually have an empty board. That's my point. Ooh, let's see. What I really want here is a Whirlwind that would kill 2 of his creatures. Fiery War Axe, also solid. This guy cannot enrage against anything, unfortunately, and live to tell about it, and nor can this guy. Nuts. Alright, well, we're definitely doing this Fiery War Axe, that's a fact. And I think it's worth it to kill his biggest threat. I think now we're going to have to make some suboptimal trades here. So we'll play this. And since this thing got buffed, oh my gosh, that makes such a huge difference right now. Because it means he kills all of my creatures. Alright, well, we'll play this guy. I think he's the most mediocre. Kill his biggest threat. Play this guy. Kill his biggest threat. That's turn. Alright, so I'm really far behind now. Oh my gosh, this mage! This mage had good stuff, and I didn't have good enough stuff. Perhaps I should have played the Gadsden Auctioneer and tried to make sure I drew cards off of my Cleave and my Inner Rage. Wouldn't have... my plays wouldn't have been quite as good, but it might have been worth it. Alright, now he's down to just playing garbage. Okay. So now I'm in a decent shape. Oh, it's a shame I had to use up my Warsong Commander. Real shame. Okay. Let's go ahead and finish this off. And let's just play this, and armor up. Alright, the odds of me being able to use Rampage are actually pretty small. He can easily kill anything he wants to, and he doesn't have to damage anything he doesn't want to. So if I'm going to use Rampage, I'll have to turn it on myself, and then I'm really vulnerable to like Fireball and Polymorph. Yeah, the vertigo of this card is it's not very good. I've lost to it, I've done neat things with it, but I will take it, just only if there's nothing better in the pack. Alright, this could actually very well be my first loss to a non-warrior in 2 arenas. Because while I have board advantage, it's extremely tenuous. Now my opponent's thinking, which suggests he doesn't have Flame Strike. And by the way, I just have to expose myself to being blown up by Flame Strike. Man, I've drawn 5 more cards than my opponent and I'm actually behind. That Archmage is really good. The warrior's inability to kill big creatures efficiently really hurt me there. Now I still have... okay, I already spent my Ravenholt Assassin. Oh no! I spent my Ravenholt Assassin and my Frost Wolf, or Frost Elemental, so I don't have any big cards left in here. And I spent my Battle Rage. I just have nothing good left. Cone of Cold is not as good as he thinks it is. Oh, he's going to actually finish everything off. I see. That was a very efficient way of doing it. I've got this terrible card in my hand now. So I'm not doing anything except for getting armor every turn. Just a little bit. Sack. Oh, that's pretty good. Oh no. I'm gonna get beaten down. That's not gonna save me. It's just not even worth playing. Yeah, this is bad. I am gonna lose. I don't think I have any charging creatures in my deck because I've already spent the Wolf Rider. So he hits me for more damage a turn than I can heal by quite a margin. And he still has 8 more mana to play this newly drawn card with. Seems to be unimportant. Alright, that is the game. Well played, Zanzibar. Ah, man, it's possible that when I had all those cards, there was more that I could have done. It's honestly embarrassing that I drew 5 cards and still lost. I mean, part of it was the draft. It wasn't the embarrassing... maybe the embarrassment wasn't how I played, but how I drafted, because I did end up with just way too many junky 2-drops that were all useless there. Oh man, that buff to the Sorcerer's Apprentice was really epic that game. If it hadn't been the case, I could have played the Worgen, killed the Sorcerer's Apprentice, turned on Wind Fury, killed something else, and then saved myself some cards. That actually could be what lost me the game, or one of the things. Okay, this is Leaking, not Zanzibar, so it's a different mage, that's good. Okay. Well, the hell with this, and this. Let's keep Cleave around in case she does have the Mirror Image. Oh my god, why do I always have to draw my other Cleave when I already have a Cleave? Ah. I could have drawn one of my 2 fiery war axes, but no! We're gonna get Cleave, which is difficult to use removal, and a Cult Master with nothing to Cult Mast. Okay, well, this might be the downfall of my run with Warrior, that's for sure. But at least I made it to 7 wins before I ran out of steam. And anyway, this game's just starting, so who knows how it's gonna go down. We'll see what we can do here. Okay, that's really not what I need right now. Okay, my opponent is not making any plays, which is really sad because it means that likely by the time she does play creatures, there will be nothing left to cleave. Alright, perfect. Fiery War Axe. You know what? I'm gonna hold on to it. I'm gonna hold on to it because if these are cards are dead cards, I'm gonna lose. It is so important for me to be able to use these damn cleaves that I'm gonna actually hold my War Axe back. This will encourage my opponent to play creatures, and then I might actually be able to use cleave. Alright, there's one. I just need my opponent to play one more creature, and we're good to go. I'm not even gonna use this Wolf Rider. Don't care. I'm not gonna play the Cult Master. She'll just trade. I'm just gonna armor up and wait for her to play one more thing. Now, if my opponent realizes that's what I'm doing, and not that I just have a bad draw with nothing to play, she might be canny and just attack and not play any more creatures. That is a possibility. And I really oh my god, I really regret that I tossed away that owl, because if I hadn't, I could actually silence this and kill it with cleave. Anyway, we're going to cleave. 4/4 at the end of the day is not the end of the world. I could coin out this, but I'm 1 damage short of being able to kill it. Slam is an interesting option. Let's do this. Let's play the Fiery War Axe. Well, no, let's actually slam now. See what I can get. Okay. Let's pass the turn here. So next turn, I can take out the axe and finish off the Twilight Drake. I didn't actually end up losing cards there, because Slam drew back a card. My opponent has the secret. Alright. Oh my god, if that's Counterspell, I'm so screwed. I have to take the risk. Do I? Wait, I have another cleave here. Oh my god, this is pretty good. Well, if it's Counterspell, fuck. Well, this is just too good not to try. Okay. Now that's actually kind of unfortunate, because it means that my cleave might hit this stupid thing instead. But we're gonna go for it anyway. Alright, killed the Twilight Drake. Seems fine. Alright. That's the turn. I'm a little bit behind here, but it's not terrible yet. I can kill this guy pretty easily with my guy. Frostbolt, okay. Thanks to my own spell power, I died to that. Well, at least I got to use up my cleaves. So, there. Let's now bring out my... Do I want to face this and manipulate? No, let's bring out the War Axe. I'm actually going to do this. I'm going to kill the weak guy. And then I'm going to use the Wolf Rider to kill the stronger guy. Alright, keeping the board empty is nice because it means I'm less vulnerable to Flame Strike. A lot of the stuff I'm going to be playing isn't that vulnerable. So basically, if my opponent skips a beat, if my opponent has like the problems I have where he just doesn't have any big plays to make, I can catch back up. If, however, my opponent has good things like Azure Drakes, I will not catch back up. I could kill this with the axe. No, I can't actually finish it off. Ha! It's funny. Alright, I think the right moment here is to freeze this, put a creature on the board. So now I can actually kill it next turn with my creature. I've got all my big drops here, so as long as my opponent doesn't put up too much pressure, I am kind of low on life, which is scary against a mage, because Pyroblast and Fireball can like finish me off. As long as my opponent doesn't put too much pressure on me, I can drop my big things and win. Touché, sir. Touché. Oh, this is actually a real problem. He's going to hit me for 9 damage. Oh, it's really bad. Do I have a silence? I don't have a silence. Shit. Shit, this is really bad. I have no way to stop him from hitting me for 9 damage. That freeze was so good right there. I can't even take it. Alright, here's what we have to do. I have to hit this. I have to finish it off. It's really vital that I get as much life as I can. And much as this sucks, I'm just going to play the, well, let's think about this. I can actually copy that, Yeah, I need to put stuff on the board. And the Cult Master doesn't really cut it. Okay. So he's only going to hit me for 5 damage. If he has a Pyroblast, I do lose the game. That is a hell of a way to go out in the arena, but such is life. Even a Fireball would actually finish me off here. Yeah, 5. Oh no, Fireball wouldn't quite do it. He'd drop me down to 9. Yeah. Arcane Explosion. I imagine he's got some follow-up planned for that. Otherwise, it's not that good. Flame Strike would be a pretty good follow-up. That would wipe my board. He doesn't have Flame Strike. Interesting. What else does he have? That. I see what you did there, sir. I see what you did there. Okay. All things considered, that could have been a whole lot worse. I can't play this and the Cult Master. For the Cult Master and get a card, this guy's still alive. I think dying him, killing him is better than getting a card. So first we're going to draw a card, because I always want to draw cards first. Fiery War Axe. Little risky. Little risky. I don't want to take any more whacks. So we're going to play this guy. Alright, well, I have a tentative edge here. He doesn't have enough mana to actually win with Pyroblast. That's 8 of his mana. Yeah, he wouldn't have enough to kill me. If I can just... I really need to start using armor every turn if I can. So that I can catch back up. Oh, that's really good to see, because it means if he spent 7 mana killing my 2/3, that's great. Alright, so he's like me. He's skipping a beat, which is really good. Alright, I think I just absolutely have to armor up. It's non-negotiable at this point. Alright, now using a weapon is very dangerous here. I would go down to 12. He could actually kill me if he had Pyroblast. You know what? That's not worth it. I am not going to put myself within range of dying to Pyroblast. What I'm going to do instead is start to deal damage to my opponent. Okay, so I draw my Battle Rage. I'm going to kill the more damaging creature first, making it harder to kill my guy here. What I'm going to do next is actually play the Cult Master. This puts him in a tricky situation because basically if he kills this, which is what he wants to do, I draw a card, but it's hard for him to kill the Cult Master. Right, if he's playing that, it means he did not have Flame Strike. That's good news for me. That's a pretty good card. Actually, can trade against both of my creatures. And this makes it so that it trades against his 2/1s. Fair enough. Definitely anyone's game at the moment. I think this is the turn where I have the opportunity to drop this guy down. And much as it hurts, I think the right play is to actually use my smaller guy against his creature to minimize the amount of damage I'm taking. Okay, so can he kill me with Pyroblast? No, he cannot. That's good. He can kill my creature, pop the Divine Shield. That's okay. I'm alright with that. He's hitting me for 2 mana. That's really good. Means he has nothing to do with 10 mana.
For the crusade!
Oh my god, all this Divine Shield business is just difficult. Whirlwind. I don't have the Battle Rage to back it up, sadly. Alright, I think I have to do this. I need to kill as many of his guys as I can. So we're gonna drop this guy so that when I play Whirlwind he becomes enraged. Now I can kill one of his things with my axe, the other with my guy. So yes, my guy now dies to his thing, and Cone of Cold kills both of them basically. But I'm so far behind that I just can't afford to avoid outs. I just need to go for it. Alright, that's not going to answer this problem. Neither is that. Alright, perfect. Okay. He's just trying to overrun me here.
Who you want me kill?
Just do that. Let's kill the bigger one. Armor up. Don't really want to play this. just straight up dies to that thing. But I do need to put some pressure on the board. So if he takes a turn killing this, then he takes a turn killing it. That's fine. Ah, yes, that's right. He gets to do that. Ah, maybe I should have dealt the damage to that thing while I had the chance. Oh no, that's a really good card. He has a lot of power on the board, and he just drew a bunch of cards. I don't know if I have any answers anymore. Oh shoot. I guess this trades with his stuff. Might as well silence his spell power. Keep that armor train going. Now a Pyroblast would win in the game. Would a Fireball win in the game? I got 16 life. He's got 7, 8, 9. No, Fireball doesn't quite kill me. It's one short. I think this mage is going to win the game, though. I mean, look at this card situation here. It's a little bit extreme. Alright, he's just going balls to the walls here. I don't have Brawl, so I don't really have any way to kill a bunch of his stuff or anything. It's not going to do it. Alright, what have we got here? We've got 4, 6, 7, 10, 11. Alright, technically it's possible that I could come back. Technically. But that was very well played by Leaking the Mage. So actually I lost to a warrior and then I lost to 2 mages. All being classes that were buffed, and in one game the buff was actually extremely relevant. Alright, yeah, there's nothing here. So that's it. Well, made it to 7 wins, still pretty good. Getting my fill of the warrior in the arena. So apparently the weakness is warriors and mages. Oh, yes. Golden Heroic Strike. Woohoo! Let's see what we get. And again, as I mentioned in my last video, you'll notice that it's differently arranged now. Before at 7 wins, you'd always get 75 gold in 2 different boxes. Here we're like, okay, well actually we got 75 gold in 2 different boxes. Okay, fair enough. So I got back my entry fee plus 45 gold and some dust. Let's go ahead and take a look at what's in our pack. It is a nice common. It's a good card and control card. Golden, is that a golden rare? It's a terrible, like the worst cards in the game though, but hey, whatever. And an epic, wow, Mind Games. This had a rare, a golden rare, and epic. Nice pack. And then of course like a bad card. Alright, let's take a sneak peek at my next arena. If you enjoyed this video, please like and or subscribe. As always, thank you so much for watching. It's been fun. I think we're going to go back to playing Priest next time, and I'll see you next time.